So before I do any questions, page 357, I really do think this is I think it's probably one of the easier homework assignments of this chapter, but it's also one of the more important ones. Because if you can understand how to solve everything on this assignment, I think the rest of the chapter gets a lot easier. All right, so which one did you say? 56? Okay. So 56 says 2.9 to the square root of 2x plus 1 is supposed to equal 87.6. So once you have an exponential equation like this, you're kind of stuck. What's the first thing you want to do? Switch forms, put it in log form. What would this be in log notation? Log base the 2.9 of the 87.6 is equal to that square root of 2x plus 1. This is just an ugly number, but we can calculate that ugly number. What do I type into my calculator to solve log base 2.9 of 87.6? What's the easiest way? You can do, if you have one of these calculators, you can do that whole math base or log base, find that, type in your 2.9, go over 87.6. That's one way. That's kind of the non-thinking approach. What's the easier way to type in your calculator, though? Using the common or the natural log buttons. You can go common log of, which one comes first? You guys remember? 87.6. Make sure you close that parenthesis and then just divide that by the log of 2.9. You get the same answer. So we calculate this, and it just comes out to that 4.20 whatever number. And now we just have a basic algebra equation. How do I solve this? What's step one? Minus 1. So minus 1. Then what do? Square it. Okay. Come on, square. Okay. So I got 10.2 is equal to 2x. The last thing I do is divide by 2. 5.122. The key steps here are the first two. Going from exponential into log form. Like that's crucial. And then just being able to calculate any log. Once you have that as a decimal, then it should be fairly easy. What do you got, Laura? 60? So with 60, it's really just going to be about making sure you type it in correctly. There's really not a whole lot of, there's not going to be properties, things like that you can do to simplify this. It's really just going to be about, can I make sure I'm typing in what it wants me to calculate? And I think the easiest way to do this is just do the numerator. Get that answer. If you try to type it all into one line, you got to be very, very, very careful. So I would personally go 1 plus 3 natural log of 3. Just get that numerator in the calculator. Then I would do the bottom separately, and I'd go 3 plus the square root of the natural log of 3. Get that answer. And then the last step, just do the division. That's how I would do it. Just be careful how you type it in is all it is, but I would do it as two separate problems, then just do the division. But yeah, 1.06. Just be careful with those. That's all I can really say. What'd you guys get for 53? No, you don't have to do 53. 52? What'd you guys get for 52? Oh, you did 54. What'd you get for 54? Which one did you do? 52. What'd you get for 52? Should be 10.67. Yes? 48 should be 2.486. 44, negative 1.544. 40 should be 2.048. 36. 36 is a giant number. It should be, in scientific notation, would be 1.268 times 10 to the 10th. Also, I wanted to show you guys this one. Be very careful with problems like this. So it says natural log of what number equals 23.2634. If you think of this as the antilog, or you switch forms and this is e to that power, be careful sometimes with especially any of these log or exponential equations, because remember, they're still exponential equations. Exponential equations get really big really fast sometimes. So if I type this in, and yeah, I'm doing second ln, a number that's close to 3 raised to the 23 power. This is going to be a giant number. Every single year, I give a quiz, and there's a question like this. And I get people write the answer as 1.268. Is that correct? That is way off. Like, that's $1.26. If this was in terms of money, like, this is billions of dollars. Like, this is a lot of money. There's a big difference. Pay attention to that E. Why does the calculator use an E to show scientific notation? I don't really know, other than it stands out. It's, if they put like the times 10 to the 10th kind of thing, some calculators do this and the 1 0 kind of gets lost, and it you know, when you start having all this decimal, it's harder to see that there's a little 1 0 in there. So, but make sure you're putting that and not just 1.26. Okay? Are we good with those? That was 36. 44 was just negative 1.544. Is there anything else on here you guys want to see? Good? All right, pass those up.